Hey guys, it's Bruce. Just got back from another long road trip in old Lucy over here, my 62 Chevy. And if you checked out my channel last year, I drove her out to, went up to Amarillo and did the western half of Route 66, which was the same route we took in that same car when I was 2 years old. My mom and dad bought this car brand new. I rode home from the hospital in 65. I learned how to drive in it. My dad gave it to me in 83 when I graduated high school. So she's been in the family ever since new. And since I retired last year, I decided to start taking long road trips. And so last year I did the Hot Rod Tour of Texas. Year before, in 2022, I did the Route 66. So this year we just got back. I just got back from the, we did the 2023 Hot Rod Power Tour. Got our long hauler certificate. And then since I was already that close, I went up and did the Blue Ridge Parkway. It was about 250 miles up to Waynesboro, Virginia. And just took an extra 4 or 5 days, I remember what it was, and came back down the Blue Ridge Parkway, which was beautiful. So I'm gonna make this into 2 videos. This one's just gonna be for just the Hot Rod Power Tour, and then I'll make a separate one for the Blue Ridge Parkway. But if you like this video, check out the one I had on my channel from last year where I did Route 66. And if you like that kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel. I'm not planning to put out a whole lot of videos, maybe 2 or 3 a year, but all I'm gonna do is document my road trips, because I'm gonna start taking at least 2 or 3 long road trips a year in the 62 Lucy. And I'm probably gonna start this next year taking some long road trips in the 63 back here too. She's completely roadworthy. The only thing I'm gonna do I want to switch out the factory Muncie 4-speed for a Tremec 5-speed, which is what I have in Lucy, which is a game changer if you want to run 75 and 80 down the interstate all day. So yeah, subscribe, check it out if you like the videos. And again, the only reason I'm doing these videos is really just to document my trips, so that when I get too old to do this stuff, I can have something to look back on and remember it. So hope you enjoy it. Have a great day. Okay, since last year when Lucy and I did the Route 66, the western half of it, last year I actually still had the original 283 in this car, which I just pulled out a couple of months ago, and I've got it on an engine stand over here. So this is my new Blueprint Engines Crate 350. They said they guaranteed 340 horse. It came already dynoed, already broke in, and it dynoed at 365 horse. So I took all the chrome off and just did the old, Chevrolet orange valve covers with I even put 327 stickers on it. Just trying to make it look as much like the original as possible. And the air cleaner here, I've got a aftermarket air cleaner, and this is just the top. It's all open at the bottom. I just have that sitting on there because, like I said, I'm trying to make it look as much like stock as possible. And so this year I also added a big 4-row aluminum radiator. I installed Vintage Air. I did that myself, which was a really easy, straightforward kit, and I've been super happy. My God, that was a game changer on this trip going through the South. And I still have the stock cooling system set up on the car, but I actually put an electric pusher fan that I have operated just on a separate switch. So those are probably the biggest changes since last year. Oh, and I also added Dakota Digital analog gauge set, because the speedometer broke in this car and I could not find a remanufactured one. And I wasn't going to spend $300 on one out of a junkyard. That was probably no better than what I had. So I went with this kit. It's about 900 bucks. I've been really happy with it so far. The temperature gauge is not completely accurate, but it's good. I like it. I like cleaning up getting all those gauges out from under the dash down there also. And that's really pretty much it. We did get our long hauler plaque, official plaque, for finishing the entire route. And then I actually went over, this is just my souvenir from the Blue Ridge Parkway, which was the other video. It will be separate from this one. So, but I hope you enjoy it. for some reason, every time I take old Lucy on a road trip, well, I guess say every time, this is the second time, day one turns into some kind of freaking disaster. Man, last time it was a really minor disaster. This one's not terrible, but I left Austin this morning trying to get to Ruston, Louisiana. I'm heading to Atlanta for the Hot Rod Power Tour. And I replaced everything I could think of. I got a trunk full of spare parts like you do with one of these old cars. Last year when I drove this car to California, I got to Abilene, Texas, and the alternator went out. But I noticed though the gauge was low and I pulled in, I got it all taken, I swapped out the alternator in a parking lot. So today I am in the middle of nowhere. I am near Mount Olive, Louisiana. And I have been riding on nothing but back roads the whole way. Just because I wanted something, I wanted to stay off the interstate. So, let me see here a second if I can figure out how to turn this thing around. So, long story short, I pulled up at a stop sign in the last small town, and I couldn't get the car out of gear to start with. And I was like, what the hell's going on? So then I was like, I had to had the clutch all the way to the floor, and I just had to just like manhandle it all the way in to get it into gear. And then first and second was like that. And then if I let off the gas and it was real easy on it, I could slide it on the other gears. But I was like, nah, something's definitely wrong. So I pulled into these people's driveway right here in the middle of nowhere, and got out and started looking. I started trying to adjust the clutch, and I was like, this car's got a brand new motor. This thing's got maybe 1,200 miles on it. It's got a 1-year-old Tremec 5-speed. The clutch, everything else went in when this motor went in here. So, and I could grab the clutch arm, it goes right down here, but I could reach down there and grab that and move it all around. So I thought there was something wrong. And what it turns out to be, that 61-year-old clutch arm, which been in this car since it was new, so God only knows how many times that clutch has gone up and down. It finally broke. And that's what my problem was. So, I can't drive it, but thank God for Hagerty. I got Hagerty insurance, and I've got a tow truck on the way. They said about an hour and a half. I'm at a beautiful spot here at these people's driveway. Nobody's come out to see what I'm doing out here yet. And I've already called a welder in Ruston. He's gonna either come by tonight or first thing in the morning to my Airbnb, and he said he could weld that thing up and get me back on the road. So right now, I'm just sitting here watching the traffic go by in my little chair with my glass of sweet tea. What else you gonna do, right? All right. See what happens next. Sunday was registration day for all of the long haulers. There were a lot more cars doing the long haul than I thought there would be. It's cool to see so many. So this was our Airbnb stay for Tuesday in Camden, South Carolina. It's a great little place. I booked it and talked to the owner, said I could park in the garage, but Lucy didn't fit in the garage. She was a foot too long. So she had to sit outside last night. But great little place, but it's up. I'm up early. It's about 7:30 and we're getting out of here. See you later. Buddies needed to make a pit stop. This guy in the Camaro over here, something just happened. He had a loud backfire and it died, so we helped push him out of the road. But we got a whole new group we're getting ready to run with here down the highway again. So, and we're not on the prescribed route, so it looks like a whole lot of people had the same idea that we did. I just arrived at my Airbnb here in Charlotte, North Carolina. This place is absolutely beautiful. Along with a garage to park the car in, and an old military or camo painted Chevy Blazer. This is absolutely ridiculously beautiful. I'm gonna be here for 2 nights, so. And tomorrow's power tour event is at ZMAX Dragway, and about 17 minutes away, so this place was a score right here. Waiting in these 4-mile long lines is the part of this that is absolutely no fun. And it's the hardest part on the car too. So far so good. She's only running about 180 and sitting for about 45 minutes in stop and go traffic. So I don't even know how much farther it is to get in here, but we'll see. All right, slide update. 30 minutes later, and we are still in this freaking line. Cars are dying along the side. People got their hoods up. This heat is just stupid. They're gonna have to do something better in the future. Like open this thing up at 8 o'clock in the morning and let people start getting here early, because this is just ridiculous. It's okay, so far so good. We're all stuck in it together. Old girl's still doing all right. She's been sitting here, she's still on about 175, 180, so that's good. This is more of a torture test than running down the interstate right here. we're back on the road early. We're leaving Charlotte, headed to Bristol. And looks like I'm chasing one of the official Hot Rod Power Tour motorhomes. He's hauling ass. He's been running about 80 all morning. Got up on I-40 now, and this is a different part of I-40. I drove a lot of it last year when I went to California on Route 66, but we are a lot farther east this morning, and a lot of traffic. A lot of folks heading to work, I guess. Not everybody can get out and enjoy a nice long road trip. So today they did something a little different. Actually, this is a great idea. I got here at about 10:30. The venue opens at noon, but apparently they're letting everyone in. So I've already been in line for about 30 minutes, up and down some hills here, but at least they're moving and getting everyone in, and it hasn't even started to get hot yet. So I haven't seen any cars overheated or any problems yet this morning. So we're in Bristol though. This is the last day. So check out our next amazing Airbnb. We just left the last day of the power tour, and Rummer's on his way to meet me, and we're gonna drive the Blue Ridge Parkway. So this is our Airbnb for tonight. Look at this view. It's amazing. This whole area is just absolutely beautiful. After the Hot Rod Power Tour, we drove the entire Blue Ridge Parkway from north to south. Well, this wasn't what I had planned, but Lucy had a suspension issue pop up that I found last night when I was going to change the oil, and I can fix it. And in fact, I've already ordered the parts and had them sent to the house, but I can't fix it out here on the road. So U-Haul, and the biggest truck they had, that's the smallest one I could find, for 1,000 miles home. So here we go. Great little rest area we found here near Jackson, Mississippi. Stopped for a little while and had a snack, used the restroom, just stretched our legs just a little bit. So we got about another 130 miles to go today, and then 456 tomorrow. So we're still on our way. all back together and we're back on the road. So that was pretty straightforward. Like I said, I've never seen one of those, a suspension, an A-arm just come apart like that, the A-arm bushing. I think that was kind of crazy to me, but I just didn't feel like I should drive it 1,000 or 1,500, 1,200 miles, wherever it was back home. So I still think getting the trailer was the smart decision, but she's back together now. Had all the new parts waiting when I got here, so we're back and up and running. So we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.